Let's welcome Ryan Leach.
So in the summer of 1998, I was at the mall with my best friend Chelsea, and we were eating Cinnabons and wondering why we had gotten so fat in college. And this guy Bobby in a green Discovery store like apron was came up and was waving, and he goes, Ryan, and he goes, or is it Kevin? I can't tell you and your twin apart. And I go, it's Ryan. And he goes, well, I haven't seen you in so long. I just wanted to say hi. I'm on my way to work. And he laughed, and Chelsea starts laughing hysterically. And it's because I don't have a twin. So you got to kind of go back with me to Christmas time or holiday time of 1997. Chelsea and I were both working at the mall. I was working at the Discovery store at the time, and she was working at Bath and Body Works, but she called it Bath and Body Dorks. And Bath and Discovery store was sort of like it sold Thomas the Tank Engine and a bunch of Titanic stuff because right after Titanic came out, and it also had a full version of the musical Cats constantly on a loop. So a lot of educational toys, and I was there for holiday help. So I was there only for about 5 weeks, right? So I wouldn't say that I had the best history working. I got fired from a lot of jobs around that time. Like I got fired from Old Navy for a bad attitude, and I got fired from TGI Fridays for a bad attitude. So I really needed to make this work, and they had me at the front of the store, and you could play with educational toys to sort of attract the kids to come in. But I did not like that job because I wanted to be on the register because I just thought that was more glamorous, I guess. But instead, I was playing the yo-yo and listening to Betty Buckley Belt Memory 25 times a day. And my boss, Cheryl, who had Sally Jesse Raphael glasses and one eyebrow, kind of came up to me and she goes, you need to improve your attitude a little bit because you're supposed to be attracting the kids into the store because it's holiday time. And I said, well, sure, I'll try my best. My best was not good enough because about a week before Christmas, I came in to pick up my paycheck and check the schedule, and my name was not on the schedule, which I was shocked by because we're a week out before Christmas. So I find whoever the manager was, and they said, oh, Cheryl didn't tell you. And I said, tell me what? And they were like, you should probably talk to Cheryl. So I talked to Cheryl, and Cheryl said, we've talked to you a couple times about this, but you need to be a team player. And I said, well, I'm there for the holidays. I'm only here for a temporary time. How bad could I be? And she said, I don't know, but maybe get a better attitude for Christmas. And I did not like that, so I said, maybe get another eyebrow for Christmas, Cheryl. So she was not going to reconsider her decision after that. So no more, cats for me. But I just kind of went over to my friend Chelsea's house the rest of the week because I couldn't tell my mom that I got fired again. So a couple months later, it was around March, and I had a girlfriend of the time, which is not the most suspicious part of the story. And she was it was her birthday, and I said, what do you want for your birthday? And she said, oh, you know what I really want? I want that DVD of Cats from your Discovery store that she had seen earlier. And I was like, shit. Because, we didn't have Amazon. We barely had the internet, so you couldn't go get a DVD of Cats anywhere. They were selling them on the street. So I had to go over to the Discovery store. And I was it had been a few months, and so I said, okay. So I kind of look around. I didn't really see anybody new because, it's a store, so they're always turning over people. So I was I'm just going to go in there and go buy this thing and, get out of there. So I go up, and the person at the register was this guy, Bobby, who I guess I had worked with, but I didn't remember him. And then while I'm there paying in cash, Cheryl comes up from behind me like a vampire, and she's like, well, look who's back. And I don't know what came over me, but I sort of froze, and I just pretended I did not hear her. And she was like, Ryan, and I like also like kept pretending that I didn't hear her. And then in that moment, I was like, I'm a twin. So she's like, Ryan. And eventually I turned around and was like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you talking to me? And she goes, yes, Ryan. I go, no, I'm Kevin. I have a twin. I have a twin named Ryan. So Kevin, Ryan is elsewhere. Cat's the DVD. And she goes, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you had a twin. And I go, I do. His name is Ryan. I'm Kevin. So whatever. So I like hightailed it out of there. And I went over to my friend Chelsea's house, and I said, well, or I didn't go over to my friend Chelsea's house. Sorry, I lost track of the story because I remember Cheryl. So then I went home, and I had the Cats DVD, and I gave it to my girlfriend. And then flash forward to that summer, and I'm sitting there with Chelsea, at the lunch table and explaining to her that I now have a twin named Kevin. And so to this day, every time it's my birthday, she always writes, "Happy birthday, Ryan and Kevin." Thank you.
Ryan Leach.